The nationwide lockdown will be enacted in terms of the Disaster Management Act and will entail the following.
Stay at home.
All South Africans
The
stay
song
at
will be
home.
loaded on the internet so that people can see. During the lockdown, we were not locked down, but we were locked up with Christ in heavenly places.
All South Africans will have to stay at home. I have accordingly directed the South African National Defence Force in ensuring that the measures we are announcing are implemented.
No lockdown shall lock me down.
Has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown for 21 days with effect from midnight Thursday the 26th of March.
Everybody say, no lockdown.
Nationwide lockdown.
No lockdown.
No lockdown shall lock me down.
No lockdown.
No lockdown shall lock me down.
Because I'm locked up.
Up in the heavenly places with Christ my Lord.
Because I'm locked up in heavenly places with Christ my Lord.
Locked up in the heavenly places with Christ my Lord.
Locked up.
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 Stay at home.
No COVID-19 shall lock me down.
Hashtag 828 Conference, a royal plenteous invitation from His Majesty King Somnala, the plenteous Majesty. 57 years of the mystery man unmasking the truth. 27th to 30 August at Nala Mandate Auditorium, 248 Girl Street, Umbilo. Thursday, 27 August at 9 and 12 p.m. 28 August, Night of Plenty at 6 to 6. Koze kuse. 29 August, 11 ekuseni. Ngosuku lenkosi siyayivala 30 August, 7 a.m. A life worth celebrating. Imfihlakalo yasemaphakadeni. Umhlali wokuqala wezwe lenala, unozala wesizwe sabomnala. Worth celebrating. Uhulumeni uyamvuma, abafundisi bayamvuma, udokotela wodokotela bayamphupha baphile, umngcwabo uyahlehla, abafileyo bayavuka, abanengculaza COVID-19 ne-AIDS bayaphila. Ubayede imfihlakalo yasemaphakadeni. Ishosha ziyahamba, impumputhe ziyabona, abangakhulumi bayakhuluma, abangezwa bayezwa, iziboshwa ziyakhululwa, izingozi zivaliwe, ubuthakathi buyanqothwa, igebengu uyazitrapa. Alive celebrating. Ubayede imfihlakalo yasemaphakadeni. Abampofu bayaceba, abangabathola abantwana bayabathola, abashimile bayashada, abangasebenzi bayaqashwa, amabhizinisi ayaphumelela, izikweletu ziyasulwa, imiracle money ithola uthaputha, ogcobeni lwakhe nasemandleni akhe akukho okungenzeki. Kunemgomo nembandela ukungena kule nkomfa. Xhumana nathi ku 073 362 9225. Baceba abantu, bakhululwa abantu, baphila abantu, ungaphuthelwa. Hashtag 828 Conference.
Latest greetings to you, precious viewers. And on our last episode, we taught you about what I call a true king. A true king. We shared that message on you. Many people were heard. And also, you can write us if you feel our message are blessing you. But today, I want to share with you what I call a true prophet. Because we hear a lot about false prophets, but no one is taking a time and teaching us and balance the message that there are still those who are true prophets. My purpose today is not to teach you how to know the prophet. However, this will help you to know a true prophet. Because when you meet a prophet, you know you have met a prophet. Because what he prophesied, it came to pass. One of the just simple way of seeing a prophet, it is not prophesying individuals. You must be careful of those prophets who stick to the individuals, because I think this way some of them, when I hear them, they play their game. A prophet also must prophesy an event before it happens. He must say this is what is going to happen and tell you that this is what is going to happen. Let me make an example. In last year, it was 18 March, where I went to our service in Pinetown, lunch hour service, having seen a vision around 3 o'clock. So God showed me the difficult times that are going to happen in South Africa or in the whole world. So he revealed to me, but he told me what to do. He told me that I must change the way I pray. I usually pray in certain times around September to protect the planted nation. But this time the Lord revealed in March, difficult time. It was March 18 is going to show there on the screen. March 18, there is a clip there. Also we're going to play for you. March 18, I prophesied. I said I see difficult times. There's going to be diseases, but God has a plan.
Uthe uNkulunkulu ngihamba nje la endleleni inhliziyo yami yaqaqamba nasekuseni because uNkulunkulu ungikhombise ubunzima that is going to face South Africa. Very difficult times. Disease is going to be very, very bad. Phila akuzukuba lula. Kodwa uNkulunkulu une solution.
So if you doubt if I prophesy individual, but I think this event should tell you that God speak to this man. This is another way you can see a prophet. And then around July, we started doing fasting and prayer, where I was praying for people called Valingos. Valingos was a prophetic instruction where God led me to make what he called 5-liter water and faith oil, and I anointed people. I gave them a prophetic instruction how to use it. That's how you see a prophetic, because if I were to, as they say today, many prophets buy people and send messages, how would I know there will be difficult times in 2020? Now, if you, also in December 2019, December, the 4th of December, I was in Pongola, which is in North KwaZulu-Natal, where I gave a prophecy that if it was for me, everybody will drop everything, we will pray because the difficult times is coming in the whole world. Then I said the Lord also told me there will be diseases that will not be curable.
uNkulunkulu ungikhombisa kuzokwanda izifo eziningi engakasithumela kuma-faith product.
Abantu ababi bazogula, bazohamba odokotela babo ngeke basinde, ngoba ukusinda nokulunga nokuphila
okuhle kuzotholakala uNkulunkulu ophilayo yena yedwa.
maye kulabo abangena uNkulunkulu wasenaleni.
After this declaration in Pongola, 4 December 2019, the man of God performed many miracles in this place. Many people who were crippled threw down their sticks as they received their instant miracles.
So that was December. Around 19th of December, the disease started in China called coronavirus. Although I hold my own view on those diseases, but for now, because it's subject of another day. So the disease broke out. So that disease, then God says, say to the Russians, it shall be well with you. It shall be well with you. But he said to the wicked, woe unto the wicked, because it shall be bad for the wicked people. So that's what God, that was a message God gave me, not only for my church, not for South Africa only, but for the whole world. He said there will be diseases, incurable diseases. So that's how, in summary, I will say you will see a prophet. Because sometimes if I prophesy and call your name and call the house number and all that, maybe you can not be sure whether I heard God. Maybe I'm sourcing out the information somewhere else. But what I'm telling you, if I say this is what is going to happen, then that's how you're going to know. And this man, he hear from God. Because I feel, I wasn't thinking that I'm going to take this direction, but let me bring as much as I can bring about a true prophet. Let me finish with this true event in 2019, which was going to be what I call an international prophecy, in my view. Although my focus was not international, of course, as a prophet who's in South Africa, it was more for South Africa. But if I listen to the prophecy myself, it was not about South Africa only. Now, then the coronavirus broke out. The other day, the Lord spoke to me. He said, I want you to get a place and get into a place where you quarantine yourself. In November, I started to teach my church about quarantine, about sanitizers, about science, and about what a true science cannot be against the Bible. Because what science discovered, the Bible has discovered before. I don't have a time to share that. But the Bible has discovered every true science before it was discovered by scientists. Sometimes some of the truth are known in the Bible way back about 3,000 years, 4,000 years ago. Science just discovered them in yesterday. So I started to teach those things, not knowing that I'm preparing my people of what is going to happen. I remember when the word quarantine came, most people were asking on social media, what's quarantine? Our church people were able to answer because the Lord has prepared us prophetically about what was coming and what was going to happen. Now let's get to what God said. He said, go to a place, and I call it sacred place or sacred quarantine. I recorded the album called Songs from My Sacred Quarantine, because there God started to give me, the first song He gave me, it's a In the Stillness in Jerusalem. The song talks about the revival, and also the song is a prayer for revival. And God said, He gave me a message. He said, I must shout this message that although this has happened after the president has announced 21 days, the first 21 days of us lockdown. So he gave me that message. He said, I must shout the message that there's going to be a revival and a hunger for God. He said, for the plenty nation, it shall be well. Our church financially is reported to be giving more than the usual time where we go to church. Our church leaders, our branch leaders were all awarded, given a special appreciation award, showing that they are doing very, very well. Our faith product shop did very, very well. Why? Because there was a prophet who was preparing them, who was giving them a message from God to face the situation. As I talk, there are churches that have been shut down in the city of Durban. Many pastors are confused, they don't know what to do. Even when the president said, okay, 50 people can be allowed in church, we organize and group our people according to Exodus 18, where the Bible says some was a leader of thousands, some 100, some 50, some 10, and so forth and so forth. We have grouped our churches all over, and God has allowed us to prepare our church also for this so-called lockdown, because just before we went to lockdown, the Lord led me to go to DXTV and buy a space for our radio, which is iNala FM. So, and also now we got our TV, iNala TV. During the lockdown, we were advancing. We bought the space on DSTV. We were already on about 10 radio stations, but because we broadcast through streaming, and then other radios, they take us from our streams, most local radio station in KZN, the giant one. So now, what happened now, during that lockdown, God gave me the song about revival. God gave me, and then He gave me a song about lockdown. I'm locked up with Christ. No lockdown shall lock me down, because I'm locked up in heavenly places. Those were the message to encourage people. Just like Noah got a prophecy from God that God is going to destroy. The flood is coming and destroy every living things and people. But at the same time, He gave him a security, how to build the ark, and then how to correct food for the animals and his family. It took him 120 years for the prophecy to be fulfilled. But I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the mysteries and conundrums on prophecies, that we need to understand there are mysteries. And many people whom we call false prophet, they are not necessarily false prophet. It is because we don't understand the prophecy and secrets of prophecies. Now, as I stand to you today, it is proven. You can go to our pages, iNala FM, you can go World of Blended Faith Product, you can go King Somnala, Nala Mandate, and see a whole lot of testimony of people. I declare that there's going to be a miracle money in almost every services. I was holding my services online, not one service that I never minister to people. I declare that Plenty Nation will pick up money on the street. I declare money will come to your account. You'll find money, what we call a miracle money. I remember in Jesus' days, there was miracle money. When Jesus needed the money to pay tax, and they're coming, they said he's owing. He sent Peter to the sea to pick up a fish, and the first fish he will pick up, and inside the fish, he will get the money to pay for his debt. In other words, Jesus was facing a debt with SARS of his day. But the money to pay for SARS, it was a miracle money. Not because he didn't have the money, but I'm trying to say to you, there is what is called a miracle money. So the Plenty Nation has never suffered a job loss. Instead, they were getting left and right jobs. Sometimes more than one job. They have to choose. It's a fact. It's a proof that God still uses prophet. How do you know a man is a true prophet? I think the simple way, without going to the Bible, it is when he tells the event that will happen, that will affect everyone. That's how you know this man is a prophet. And then usually he will tell the event more than one. I will take another example when I come back after the break, and how do you see the prophet? Then after that, I will get into the scriptures and show you the example of a true prophet. Stay blessed. Don't move from your screen.
Thank you for using me just to do what I do. Thank you for anointing me just to display your power. Therefore, I will forever worship you. Thank you for anointing me do what I do. Thank you for anointing me by your Spirit, just to display your divine power. I will forever, I will forever, I will forever, forever and ever. I will forever worship. I will forever worship. Take it out forever. Just throw your hands up to him and worship him tonight. Forever worship you. Worship you. I will forever. Come on, do I have worshipers in the house? I will forever worship you. As long as I live, worship you, God of plenty, forever and ever. I will worship you. Oh, Jesus. Can you just lift your hands and worship him in this place? It's worthy to be praised. Forget about the people around you. Forever and ever. Oh, forever and ever and ever and ever. Non-stop. Forever and ever. Worship you. Oh. prophetic instrument abantu abaningi osebasizile. Mokuthi kwena ufuna ukusizakala ngezitolo zethu, ufuna ukuthola ukuthi sikuphi nakini. It's very simple. Ukuthi wena uthathe le number nje e-appearisha kwi-screen sakho ethi 065 322 8079. Nantsok inamba ke ezokusiza. Mawushayela le number noma ngabe ukuphi nendawo la eSouth Africa bazokwazi ukuyalela ukuthi ungasithola kuphi isitolo eseduze nawe. Nawe ubonofakazi njengabantu abaningi abanofakazi ngama-faith product abasizile. May God richly bless you.
Hashtag 828 Conference, a royal plenteous invitation from His Majesty King Somnala, the Plenteous, 57 years of the mystery man unmasking the truth. 27th to 30 August at Nala Mandate Auditorium, 248 Girl Street, Umbilo. Thursday, 27 August at 9 and 12 p.m. 28 August, Night of Plenty at 6 to 6. Koze kuse. 29 August, 11 Exening. Ngosuku lenkosi siyayivala 30 August, 7 a.m. A life worth celebrating. Imfihlakalo yasemphakathini. Umhlali wokuqala wezwe lenala, unozala wesizwe sabomnala. Worth celebrating. Uhulumeni uyamvuma, abafundisi bayamvuma, udokotela wodokotela bayamphupha baphile, umngcwabo uyahlehla, abafileyo bayavuka, abanengculaza COVID-19 ne-AIDS bayaphila. Ubayede imfihlakalo yasemphakathini. Ishosha ziyahamba, impumputhe ziyabona, abangakhulumi bayakhuluma, abangezwa bayezwa, iziboshwa ziyakhululwa, izingozi zivaliwe, ubuthakathi buyanqothwa, igebengu uyazitrapa. Alive worth celebrating. Ubayede imfihlakalo yasemphakathini. Abampofu bayaceba, abangabathola abantwana bayabathola, abashimile bayashada, abangasebenzi bayaqashwa, amabhizinisi ayaphumelela, izikweletu ziyasulwa, imiracle money ithola uthaputha, ogcobeni lwakhe nasemandleni akhe akukho kungenzeki. Kunemigomo nembandela ukungena kule nkomfa. Xhumana nathi ku 073 362 9225. Baceba abantu, bakhulula abantu, baphila abantu, ungaphutheka. Hashtag 828 Conference.
Lockdown for 21 days with effect from midnight Thursday the 26th of March.
Everyone say, no lockdown.
Nationwide lockdown.
No lockdown.
No lockdown, shall not be down.
No lockdown.
No lockdown, shall not be down.